Salut mes amis, Hungry Guy here with another recipe review. Today's recipe is more technique based, the coveted French omelette, and I'll be using Babishe's recipe to make mine. Now, I have tried making a French omelette several times in the past, but they always ended up in a fail, so I hope that Babishe's guidance will help me to finally make it correctly. I will also be using the Gruyere cheese, which I actually never tried before. Thinking of it, let's give it a try now. It's very nutty. It's very nice. We'll see how it will taste melted. Now, if you want to make this recipe yourself, you should have all the equipment you need already at home, and you should be able to get everything you need in terms of ingredients from a single trip to a supermarket. There aren't a lot of steps in this recipe, but it's very easy to get it wrong, so I hope I get it right. I only have 2 chances, as I'll be making one omelette for me and one for my fiancée. Let's get into it. Prepping the ingredients was extremely easy. I took the 4 eggs and whisked them with a pinch of salt and then passed them through a sieve. I had to wiggle the mixture around to get all of it through. I heated my frying pan and it was too hot. The butter was foaming too much, so treat this as a sign when making yours that your pan is too hot and that you should wait. I turned the heat down in hopes of salvaging this, but the pan was already too hot. In combination with the large size of the pan, the egg thickened in just 30 seconds. It got thick so fast that I missed any chance I had to move any loose egg to the bottom. I just rolled a third of it, added the cheese and finished rolling it. I added the finishing touches, but from the inside it was clear that it was nowhere near to what a French omelette should be. Luckily, I still had one more chance. I prepped another set of 4 eggs the same way as I did before, and this time I am using a smaller pan that is 20 cm. I lowered the heat, but it was still a little too hot based on the bubbliness of the butter, so when you are making yours, start on medium-low and work your way from there. Every stove will act differently, especially electric and induction. I poured the egg in and started whisking and shoving frantically, and things were going well. The smaller surface area of the pan helped me with not overcooking the eggs. It was also very fun to use chopsticks this way, so I highly recommend that you give it a try as well. But if you don't have any, a spatula will work just as fine. I tilted the pan and shaked it to move some of the egg down, added the cheese and started to roll it. The egg was extremely delicate, but I managed to roll a third without issues. I just had to be gentle. But when I tried to roll it further, the omelette stuck to the bottom of the pan and made a hole. Now, I could have unrolled some of the egg and placed it on the stove to seal it up and make the bottom of the omelette steadier, but I panicked and continued. If that happens to you, make sure to just take a step back and firm up that bottom layer. I gave up on rolling it down and placed the pan down. I tried to roll it from the other side, but it was so soft that it broke in half. God damn it. It just shows how important it is to get that bottom layer firm enough. At this point, I could only serve it as it is. It looked really sad, but I brushed it with butter, added flaky salt and freshly ground pepper, and some chives. Now, the inside looks similar to Babishe's, but the omelette overall was closer to scrambled eggs visually. Okay. Let's see how it tastes. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but we did end up with something that is resembling a French omelette. Although, not perfectly. It looks better than the first one. The first one tasted like a regular omelette, so hopefully this one will have a different flavor profile. Let's see. It's much more tender. Interesting. It's much more tender and a lot less eggy than the first one. It's really tasty. The consistency is great. It does feel much different to a regular omelette texture-wise. And you should definitely try it for your breakfast just to get some variety, as the texture difference does give you a different eating experience. So one might think that it's almost the exactly same recipe, but the technique used for this omelette does make it a much different dish. In terms of the gruyere, I hope that's how you say it, it tasted much better before it was melted. And I would honestly pick a different cheese, maybe manchego or, well, regular cheddar, we'll see. I'll do some experimenting in the future. So, this is my best French omelette so far to date, so I'm really happy with myself. And I want to thank Babish for his guidance. I definitely have some room for improvement, but I believe that with more practice, I will get it right. I would rate it a 3 out of 5 in terms of flavor. There's honestly nothing special from it, it's eggs and cheese, and it will not be an amazing eating experience just because it's a French omelette instead of your regular omelette. Maybe if it was done perfectly, it would be magical, but I'm not there yet. And I never had a chance to try a proper French omelette. So maybe in the future I will, and my opinion of French omelettes will change. We'll see. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that my tips will help you out when you will be trying to make your own. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.